Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI related tutorial by Team Slides Code. In this part, we are creating a very simple dashboard. We are doing regional sales analysis, but with the help of top n parameters table. So see here, this visual, and this visual. These are the three visuals where this top n parameter is used. So you can see when I am changing that, you will see these three visuals are getting changed only. What we are seeing is top 10 products by sales value, and when these product sales are being shown category wise, region wise, or segment wise, so what is their actual value. If you will select all products, you will see for all 20 products. Okay, so top 20, top 50, but there are actually many products, but we have kept top 5, top 10 here. So this is created with the help of top n value and with the help of this dynamic parameter which changes accordingly. So what is the use of this? What is the purpose of this will be discussed in this simple dashboard. So let's get started with it and learn about this. So we are starting a topic in Power BI desktop, and in our topic it is financial data set along with 5 advanced DAX questions. So some of them have been discussed, some of them we'll discuss today. But in one particular question, there is a question about top n products by sales. Okay. So for this, I have prepared another chapter today, that is what is a disconnected parameter table and how to create it in Power BI. Okay. It's like a what if parameter, and I will show you step by step how to use that. So the data set that we are using in today's project is this regional sales data. Very simple data. We have sales values of 2024, 2025. Around 100 entries are there. We have different product categories. We have different product names, sales amount, quantity of product that was sold. So this is based on sales amount is actually the final amount, and then we have customer segment, region, and order ID for each order. So we have a column that is unique for each row here, and we'll simply open this Power BI desktop here. So just to get started, we have already connected the data set. It's an Excel or CSV file, so you can connect accordingly, and we have renamed it as sales, and you can see the same data set is now available here. The only thing in the data set that we have done is we have created the measure, and that measure is total sales. So after right clicking here, click on new measure, you can now see total sales. So the only thing to create before starting was this, we created total measure. Okay, this is a regional sales analysis. So what we can do, we can insert a simple text box and we will write regional sales analysis with top n parameter in Power BI. Now we will align it to center, make it bold, use font size around 20 or 28, and we can arrange this. This is something that we have done so many times. We can just use any font color here and give it an effect like a shadow and visual border if needed. So for top n parameter, what we have to do is, let's go to steps. we have to create a disconnected parameter table. So that will be a separate table, and a disconnected parameter table often created using a what if parameter is a specific kind of table that is not directly related to your main data table models. Okay, it is not related like your sales table, but its primary purpose is to provide a slicer or filter that a user can interact with to select a single value like n, like top n. Okay, and this select value then act as input to the DAX measure that you will create. So first go to the modeling tab and navigate to modeling tab and create new parameter. So I am just using with disconnected parameter table. So the example that we are dealing with today is a disconnected parameter table. Okay. So as the name suggests, it will not be connected or related with the main tables, but it will still be present in our data set. So you go to modeling tab, and from here you will find these options. Okay. So in modeling tab, you will see new parameter in what if option. So here you can see this is name. What will be the data type of this table? What will be the minimum and maximum value? What will be the increment, and what will be the default value? So let's say, so I'm just naming it because I have created some formulas there. So you can create new parameter, and it might be what if or numeric in range. So now we will configure it. So we will just name it as top n value. Okay. So the thing is, here it can be decimal number also, and it can be a fixed decimal also. So I am just selecting whole number, and I am saying I am giving an option from 0 to 20, that is top 0 records to top 20 records. So I will select from top 1 to top 20. Like what is the first value? So suppose what is the product name with highest sales, or what are the top 5 product names with highest sales. Those type of records can be created. Now once this table will be created, so what will be the default value of slicer? So I will write 5. So by default we will show top 5 value. So this is top n value. Okay. Name is
Sir,
top n. Yes, ma'am.
sir, we create parameters only for the numeric column or what, sir?
Now we can create for non-numeric also, but I will show you a different way. But here in this case you can see we are only seeing for numeric, because see top, this parameter is like top 1, top 2, top 3, right? Like, so it will be a number what you want to see, because
Okay.
top 10 sales, let's say question is what are the top 5 countries by sales amount. Okay, so this top thing will always have the numerical value, no?
Yes.
and 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 top will be on the basis of some logic, right? You are picking that top n on the basis of some logic, and that logic we will learn also, right, in DAX. So this, once you will fill these options and click OK, so here it will automatically show this slicer. Okay, and because we said give the slicer, and here Now you can navigate, and this will create this slicer for you, which you can go in slicer header. You can increase its size and font color, etc. You can change, make it bold. Okay. For slicer, you can also enable effect and border and shadow. So this is like a slicer that is created. Okay. So now our first part is done, and when you will go to table view, you will now see a top end value. It is basically nothing but 1 to 20. Okay. But here you will see it's a special type of table where you can see one icon here. In this you will find two uh, columns, top n value, that is the name, and top n value, that is a measure. Okay, so this is first part. So maximum value you can write whatever value, and increment, this is how much the value changes when using the slider. And when you will click add slicer to this page, automatically it will create that. Now understand what Power BI creates. When you click OK, it does three things. It creates a new table, a table named top n value, or whatever you named it will appear in your fields pane. This table will contain a single column called top n value, like that, just as I showed you, with all the numbers from 1 to 20, 1 to 50, whatever you specified. It also creates a measure. A measure is created typically named top n value. This measure simply returns the currently selected value from the slicer. Okay, the code snippet will be top n value is equal to this. So, so it's just like this, like top n value is selected value. What is selected value function? Selected value function works on a slicer. So from a slicer, whatever selected value you have, this function will return that value. Okay, and add slicers to your report that you just saw. Now how to use disconnected parameter table in your DAX? Let's say now that you have top n value, we can see top n products by sales. Okay, and we want to create this measure to use this dynamic n. So now here you can see original DAX. Like if I have to create, first understand this question, introduces top n. So identify the top n product by sale where n can be selected by user in a slicer. So top 5 product by sales, how will that be created? Let's find out. Okay, so this is top 5 product by sales, and this is actually going to represent sales of top 5 products. Okay, so here we will write a new measure, and in that measure you can see we are calculating, and when we are calculating, here we have expression. So that expression is nothing but total sales. Okay, the total sales value that we have, and then we are writing a top n function. Okay, this top n function return a given number of top rows according to a specified expression. So here we are manually writing 5. Okay, and here we are selecting all, and here we are finding save value. Okay, here we have to replace 5 with dynamic value, but this is one way, I am just telling you. So this will calculate top 5 products only. Okay, but we have to actually calculate top n. So for top n, what we have to modify it, so top n value by sales dynamic will be this. So let's find that. So this is top n by sales. Here first we have to create a variable. What is a variable? What is a variable? A variable is like a dynamic placeholder, is like a placeholder, okay, a value holder, where you can hold one value and then you can use this variable somewhere in your expression, okay. So for example, if I write where x is equal to 5, what will this mean? That we are creating a variable named x. If I write where name is equal to Mohan, right, and then if I write return Mohan, some return name, something like that, right. So what will be printed? I'm printing name, but whatever value is stored inside that name will be printed. Is it okay? I write where x is equal to 5. If I write return x, what will be the output?
Written 5.
5. 5 will be the, right. So similarly, if I am writing where name is equal to Mohan, okay, and I am writing return, this may not be the best syntax, but I am just writing return my name is and Mohan and name. So here I am writing my name is name, and whatever name is, that will be printed, okay. So this is what is happening here. We are creating a variable called selected n, and in that selected n we are writing the name of this table, and from this table we are referencing the measure created by the parameter. Is it okay? Is this line okay to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Now we are writing calculate, okay. So it is writing calculate total sales, and then it is writing top n, okay. And then in top n, what is the formula? First you have to write your n value, that what is the name, like what is the number. So that number will be dynamic this time, right. Selected n now uses the dynamic n from the slicer. Then table name. Why are we writing all sales product name? So
Remove the filter.
no, yeah, to remove the filter, and all also creates everything unique values, right. Returns all rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filters, right. So it will ignore any filter and just give the product names. And then after this, what is the expression? Order by expression, total sales, right, and descending. So this will create the top n product by sales value for us, okay. And it's like if we go and add it as a measure, so if we go and add it as a measure, it is going to show us some sales value, top n product. If I select this, you can see the value is changing. Can you see? So now what we are seeing right now is top 6 products by sales, right. So let's create some measures, then it will be better to understand this. So if I create a measure, and in this measure I will just drag the sales amount, okay, that is 20k, and I will just go to call out value, use this font size 35, use this font color, Category label I will select like this, okay, and make it bold. And something that I do mostly, give it a shadow and a border. So this is sum of sales amount. Then I create a copy of it and I will replace it with top n products. So you can see when I'm moving this, only this is getting affected. Do you get the point? It is showing top n products by sales, right? Its category label is also visible like that. So this is showing top n product by sales, whatever name we have given. So top 3, top 4, okay, top 5, 8, whatever value you will select. So you can see this will not change, but top n product by sales will change. So this is the main purpose of it. Okay, like you can find out these values. Now, can we use it somewhere else? Yes, definitely. So, for example, if we create a stacked bar chart, okay, in a stacked bar chart, we will create total sales by product category. So, to show total sales by product category, we will write product category here, okay, and in x-axis we will write total sales. This is total sales measure. So this is total sales by product category, and I will simply change the title to something like this and make it bold, and let's select color. So this is our total sales, and we can copy the same styling like we did, like effect, shadow, visual border. Now this is just a simple thing that I do. But if I copy this here, okay, and here I replace it with this measure. So this is top n product by sales, okay, and I change this. So now what is this showing? This is showing what is electronic sales for top n products, okay. What is homes and goods sales for top n product, and it is showing the total sales, okay. So here top n product sales by product category. So if you want, you can reduce the title size a little bit. So for this top n product, so I'm just adding top n product sales by category. So this will be different. So that's why, and to see that number, we can click here and we can go to data labels and switch it on. Similarly here also. So here you can see it is showing 14,000, but here 9.5, because if we select top 10 product, and we can enter manually also. So it is now showing what is the sales for top 10 products. Like first of all, it is arranging the products in in value of their total sales, okay, in descending order of their total sales, and after that it is giving us the answer, okay. Similarly, if we create another graph, so this time I will create another chart, and I will select a simple stacked column chart. So, and here I will select product name, okay. So here you can see there are many products. So let's keep it somewhere here because we want to compare them, okay. So I will use this. So these are all the products. You can say their sales are, all the sales values are showing equal. Because why equal? Because this measure will always return the same value, okay. And since they are being displayed by product name, so we will not get the answer properly. So for that, if we will select total sales, then you will see it in a arranged way. So that is something you have to understand. Okay, because it is using products. Okay, it is using the product name. That's why you saw even when we use product as a value, it was not showing us that. So you have to keep that in mind. Similarly, we also have region, so we can compare them region by region also. So I will create two charts. Okay, I will create one copy of this and one copy of this. And here I will remove product category with region and select a donut chart. And here also I will remove it with region and select, let's say, pie chart. So here also, so comparing them, this is top and product sales by category. So instead of category we will write region. So region, and yeah, this is okay. So here also you can see in west region in total sales value is 6875, but in west region for top 10 products by sales value it is 5470. Is this clear, like use of it?
Clear, sir.
Okay, and here we have selected product name because product name is the only category which has n number of distinct values. Okay, but if you want to select top two region wise, what will you do? Or customer segment wise? So if you have to do top two region wise, how will you modify it? Or top region wise, how will you modify it? What will change here? Like top n regions by sales. What will be changed here?
We use expect instead of all.
No, we will just change product name with region. You get my point?
Yes.
So that will show us top 10 sales value by region. And because in all product name is selected, okay, in this time. Return all the rows in table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that might have been applied, which you just saw that once we were using it on products, okay, we were using the same measure on products, like instead of total sales top n, so it was showing us the same value. Yes, but when we will change it, it will show us the same value. Okay, so it will always show the same value. So if we have to do something like that for products, so let's copy this and again go to modeling tab, create a new measure, and this will be top n regions by sales dynamic. Okay, and here we will just write region. Problem is in region we only have two regions. Most of the time the value will come as blank. Okay, so instead of that, let's say we we always want top three or top two regions, so we can make them fixed also. So you just write 2 here. Okay, so this 2 will what will it this 2 do? It will make it fixed for 2. So we will write top 2 regions by sales every time, whatever those top 2 regions are. And we know that top 2 regions are west and north. Okay, in this case, so when we will replace it, top 2 regions, so sorry, not product name, but we have to replace top 2 regions by sales. So now it will show, you can see now it is showing the same value. as it was showing. So whether we select this parameter or not, now you can see it is showing us the same error because it is selecting top two regions by sales. Okay, and when you will change, it will only affect those charts where it is actually applied. So now since we have segment also, so we will compare segments as well. And for segments, I'm copying this chart one more time. So we have three segments. Okay, so we will replace it with a funnel chart. Instead of product category, I will select the product segment, customer segment. So if we see in total, this is top n product by sales. Okay, if we select top 10, you can see it is changing. But if we want to see everything in total, so we'll just replace it with total sales. In total in consumer segment, we have 9,000 sales. But if we consider top 5 products, okay, so for top 5 product, the sales in consumer segment is 4,000. You can see in corporate it is 3,000 and here it is 4,000. So you can see it is getting more, like it is increasing in percentage more in consumer segment than in corporate segment. We will also be able to recognize how it is changing. Okay, and here we will simply change, this is sales by, this is product sales by category, not category, customer segment. And this is top n product sales by segment. So this is just to compare, although this is a small topic, but you will use it in multiple places. Okay, because most of the times we'll be asked to give this answer, top n, top n. So this is something that you have to do. So tomorrow we will continue this discussion. I have prepared these questions for you. Okay, so questions are like year to date sales for previous year, you have to calculate sales growth in percentage, top end product by sales, that we just calculated. Question 4 will be sales contributing to parent category, like percentage of parent. Okay, like understand how much each product contributes to its respective product categories total sales. So this is something we are going to discuss today. Like in every category there are products. Okay, so let's add a category filter here, although not the most ideal condition to, or ideal position to add a filter. What we'll add, so here if we add product category as a filter, like we have clothing, electronic and home goods, let's apply the same formatting. So if I select clothing, these are all the clothing products, winter coat, evening dress, etc. Here the value that you are seeing, what is this 250? This is sales value, right? Sales value of this product. Because it's clothing, so it is showing us. In electronic, that product will not even appear. But we want to show what is the percentage of winter coat, like what is the percentage contribution of winter coat A in total sales of clothing category. You get the point? So like you calculate total sales of clothing category, then you calculate total sales of winter coat A, and then you will divide them and see the percentage. Right, one and Neha? So here, but we'll use remove all filters except product category filter. So we will see the use of this. and cumulative sales over time. So this is something that will be discussed in today's lecture or tomorrow's lecture. And till then, practice this top n. Till then, just go through the data set and understand what this data set is doing. Okay, it's a simple thing, but we will solve many important questions on this. Yes,
Uh, why we create a parameters? We already have a slicer, right?
you have slicer. So
Then why we want to
in
parameter?
that slicer, if I have to write top 10. So what will I do? I will probably create a column, right, which will have values from 1 to 20,
Yeah.
right? But
Yes.
that column may be part of the sales table, right? So that 1 to 20 will always be depending on sales table. What is the second option? Second option is I can create a new table in range, and in that table we can give a range value from 1 to 20, right?
Yes.
So that's what we have done. Like, this is a short way of doing that without any programming and coding. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
So it's nothing new. It's not something unique we are doing, but uh, this is something that will help you in finding out top n of anything. Okay, and here we have shown top n product sales, which you can see is also affecting only those visuals where it is applied. Okay, so I will give you this Power BI file also. You try this, and then in tomorrow's class we will discuss further.